There's a war going on inside you right now, and most men are losing it before their feet even hit the floor in the morning. Not a war against other people, not a war against the world. A war between the man you are and the man you know you're supposed to be. 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor described this exact battle. His name was Marcus Aurelius. He ruled the most powerful empire on earth, and every single morning he had to force himself to get out of bed. He wrote in his private journal, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." The most powerful man alive, fighting the same battle you fight every morning. The difference? He won. Every single day. Not because he had more willpower, because he understood something about discipline that most men never learn. Here's what neuroscience has revealed about why discipline feels so impossibly hard. Your brain has two systems locked in constant combat. The prefrontal cortex, sitting right behind your forehead, is responsible for planning, decision-making, and impulse control. It's the part of you that sets the alarm for 5 a.m. and knows you should go to the gym. Then there's the limbic system, the ancient emotional brain, the part that screams for the snooze button, the junk food, the scroll, the path of least resistance. And here's the brutal truth. The limbic system is faster. It fires before your rational mind even wakes up. Research from neuroscience has shown that self-control literally runs on a limited neural budget. When you spend it on resisting one temptation, you have less for the next. People who had to exercise willpower on one task showed significantly reduced persistence on whatever came after. Your discipline is not infinite. It drains. But, and this is the part that changes everything, that same research confirmed that discipline works like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets over time. People who stuck to one difficult habit, even something small like correcting their posture or tracking their spending, showed improved self-control across completely unrelated areas of their lives within weeks. Your brain physically adapts. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, means that every time you choose the hard thing over the easy thing, you are building neural architecture that makes the next hard choice slightly easier. Discipline is not a personality trait. It's a biological adaptation. You build it, or you lose it. Now here's what ancient wisdom understood long before any brain scan existed. Every great civilization that endured, Roman, Greek, Spartan, early Christian, placed one virtue above all others. Not courage, not intelligence, temperance, self-mastery, the ability to govern yourself before you attempt to govern anything else. The Stoic philosopher Seneca warned, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." Not money, not influence, not armies. Himself. Ryan Holiday, in his book Discipline is Destiny, traces this principle across centuries and lands on the same conclusion. The men history remembers are not the ones who conquered nations. They're the ones who conquered themselves first. He argues that discipline is not the absence of desire, it's the ordering of desire. You don't kill what you want, you master the sequence. You learn what comes first. And Scripture says it even more bluntly. Proverbs 16:32. Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city. That's not a suggestion, that's a hierarchy. The Bible ranks self-mastery above military conquest, above career success, above any external achievement. Because the man who cannot control himself will eventually destroy everything he builds. History proves this without exception. Every fallen king, every collapsed empire, every man who had it all and lost it. Trace it back, and you'll find a moment where he stopped ruling himself. But here's what nobody tells you in the self-improvement space. The reason most men fail at discipline isn't weakness, it's environment. You're not fighting your own laziness. You're fighting a trillion-dollar machine designed by the smartest engineers on the planet to hijack your prefrontal cortex and keep your limbic system permanently stimulated. Every app on your phone was built to exploit the exact neural pathways we just discussed. Every notification is a dopamine trigger. Every infinite scroll is a willpower drain. You are not undisciplined. You are under siege. Robert Greene wrote in The Laws of Human Nature that the modern world has created what he calls the theater of decadence, an environment so saturated with stimulation that choosing restraint feels almost inhuman. But that's precisely what makes it powerful. The man who can say no in an age of infinite yes becomes rare, and rare is valuable. Jocko Willink, the retired Navy SEAL commander, summarized the entire philosophy of discipline in 2 words that have echoed across millions of men. Discipline equals freedom. Not discipline equals suffering. Freedom. The paradox is real. The man who submits to the hard path wakes up free. The man who takes the easy path wakes up in chains he chose for himself. So how do you start? Not with a complete life overhaul, not with a 7-step system. You start with one act of defiance against your own comfort. Make your bed when you don't feel like it. Wake up before you have to. Put the phone in another room before you sleep. Read 1 page of something that challenges you. Pray when you'd rather scroll. Because discipline is not built in the moments that matter. It's built in the moments that don't seem to matter at all. Viktor Frankl, who endured 4 concentration camps, understood this. He wrote that between every stimulus and every response there is a space, and in that space is your power to choose. In that choice lies your growth and your freedom. That space is where discipline lives. It's the 2-second gap between the alarm going off and your hand reaching for the snooze button. It's the breath between the craving and the action. It's the moment you decide who you are. You were not built to be comfortable. You were built to be forged. And the fire is waiting.